Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a look here at waves, see what's going on, and how many more waves is this going to make in the coming future here. It's doing very awesome, very quick, and I want to make sure to cover this because I get a lot of requests, and obviously I can see why. It speaks for itself. If you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, just love teaching people how to trade, I really hope you can learn something here today. If you want to learn more, CryptoCache.tech is the website. I have a trading academy, and I send out signals for every single trade that I take. Really awesome community, so I think you're going to find benefit there. Of course, check that out in your own time. Link in the description below. Taking a look here at waves, we're looking at a couple of key things here. First of all, the simple moving averages are looking very good in the sense that we see both the 200 and the 50 below the price action. That's pretty obvious. I know it's been like that for some time. I just want to kind of acknowledge the fact that $20 is probably the likely bottom if it were to come back down there. Doesn't look like it has any intention of doing so, but there's a lot of support there in that area. Okay. Furthermore, let's go ahead and take a big picture look at the volume profile and see where it's at. Obviously, we see the most amount of volume from last year and the year before. But let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit so we can kind of see more current and relevant data that's kind of more recent. In other words, we kind of look back. This is just a little over a year's worth of trading data. And we can see the most amount of volume between $8 and $16. Most volume accumulation between 10 and 16 specifically. So all good stuff there in that sense as well, pretty much creating that nice stable foundation. So again, if the price were to come back down at either of the moving averages, we can expect a lot of support there, and we shouldn't expect the price to come much lower than that. Looking at the RSI, this is where it gets interesting. That's something I like to point out to a lot of my viewers, members, community members, etc. I just kind of try to reiterate this here, where when the price comes up over 70 on the 1 day, in cryptocurrency, more common than other trading platforms or exchanges, whatever the case is, you see it the most common in crypto. And what it does is when the price comes up over 70 on the RSI on the 1 day, oftentimes the RSI can work as a support level, usually more so at 50. 70, it can also work as a support level too, but it has to be a nice continuation, which obviously we're seeing. But if you see the price come down here, bounce off of 70, that would be a perfect place in which you want to consider taking entry. I know hindsight's 20/20, of course, but if we were to kind of go right there, it would be awesome to be able to take a position right in this range here based on the simple fact that we have a nice steady consolidation right above that support. Okay, so 1730 was holding strong and it continued to shoot up. That being said, is this a healthy continuation? Well, based on the 1 day chart, it does look healthy. We got this nice staircase type of pattern that continues to repeat itself. That to me is very healthy, and that shows that we should expect to see a continuation of the upside. Just keep this in mind. It is a bit on the overextended side, but honestly, if we take a look at TD sequential, we've got a lot of resets here. So truth be told, it's had plenty of time to consolidate in between each one of these legs up. So that being said, will it continue to increase? The likelihood is very high that it will. Based on the fact that this is a nice healthy continuation, you see it came up to a 9 previously, consolidated right before it ramped up when the RSI bounced off of 70, price comes up, essentially bounces or rejected initially around 31, came all the way back down to 25, and then right back up to where it's at now. But good news is, this is a nice healthy continuation, even though we see this retracement, it's consolidation nonetheless. And that's really important for continuation patterns. This is a continuation of the upside, so I would be very surprised if waves didn't continue to make waves, right? It's hard to throw that one in there. Anyways, 1 day chart's looking good. That's kind of the end all be all here. Looking at the 4 hour though, to touch on TD sequential since we have it up still, we are looking at an 8. So we're literally 8 times 4, 36 hours into a continuation, or is that 36? Yeah, I think that's 36. I could be wrong, but regardless, we have a lot of hours into this pattern here. So this push has continued for a very long time, at least a day and a half worth of trading. So that being said, if we have that type of time frame, that length, right, 32 hours more so, respectively, then we will see potential of one more 4 hour candlestick to the upside. So we might want to expect or anticipate a retracement and or consolidation at $33. I think the likelihood of it just pushing and blasting through right now is fairly low based on this being an exhaustive state, for lack of better terms. Because if you look at waves in the past, anytime it hits an 8 or a 9, it has a tendency of turning right around. Okay, so just try to recognize that. The fact of the matter is, history doesn't always repeat itself, but it oftentimes does. Therefore, we're at an 8, we see a 9. Even if we just see the 8 right now and turn around, I would expect it to come back down. Maybe not a significant amount, but enough to notice. Likely to consolidate at the next key level support at about $27.75, round number $28. So a good DCA target for waves might be $28. Yeah, again, something to consider. That's the 4-hour time frame there, according to TD Sequential. Taking a look at the RSI, it's peaking up, it's hitting 70 on the RSI. That's actually perfect. I do not like to see an RSI up over 70 on the 4-hour. I think it kind of it's a recipe for disaster, or just more importantly, when it happens, you typically see a retracement. This one didn't occur because it was the first major push, but anytime after, the price has essentially come back down. Okay, so again, just something to acknowledge. 70 on the RSI on the 4-hour is usually a sign of reversal, just based on the time frame that it's at, right? 1 day, different story, it's a little bit lagging. 4-hour, you can kind of anticipate a reversal. That in combination with an 8 on TD Sequential tells me we should expect some kind of pullback, and the likelihood of it going up much higher from here is fairly low. Again, all we're doing is stacking the cards in one way or the other, right? A good technical analysis isn't figuring out 100% certainty it's going to go one way or the other. It's figuring out a majority of the indicators are telling us it's going this way. It probably will continue, right? That's what we're doing. We're building a case, and the case looks like it wants to continue, but also, more importantly, on the shorter time frame so far for the 4-hour, probably retrace first, okay? Healthy correction, that allows for this to have that nice continuation, that staircase pattern that we're looking for. So, in fact, if we don't see a pullback soon, that would be a cause for concern, because then it would raise too high, it'd come up too quick, and we're going to see that parabolic decrease as well as a result, where it retraces back down to 0.5 on Fibonacci or lower. Okay, again, something to think about. Looking at the 1-hour here, this is also kind of showing us we have a lot of continuation. We're at a 6 right now, so we do have potential of 3 more hours of continuation to the upside to test this resistance level, but all in all, looking pretty good. Last thing we want to take a look at is Ichimoku Cloud, and let's go ahead and enable the other indicators here. Of course, get a full-on analysis. We can see everything is telling us we want to keep our position open because the likelihood of it continuing higher is still there. Just know on the 4-hour, roughly 3 to 5 hours from now, we should expect a pullback or a retracement. I think it would be naive to anticipate the price to continue to go much higher. If it does, just keep in mind we'll have a stronger pullback if that were the case. I'd put my cards on $28 being a more likely time frame or price target in the immediate future versus 33 or higher. Again, losing momentum into this key level resistance, I think it's naive to think we're going to see it go much higher. Again, just something to throw out there so you understand. In my experience, you don't usually see continuation much further. It does happen in crypto, don't get me wrong, but this is we're not completely out of the doghouse yet with Bitcoin, even though it's done very well today. And that was reflected here on Waves as well. I hope you found benefit here, of course. If you did, comment below, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to become a better trader, CryptoCache.tech is the website. Link in the description below. I hope you can find a benefit there, and I look forward to working with you. Have yourself a great rest of your day.